Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this town hall. Welcome to our town hall for September 2020. You'll notice that today we're in a different apartment because we are taking our town halls around the building. So we are actually filming from A555 today. And so you'll see a little bit different background. Next month, we're gonna have even a different background because all of you have asked for, a couple of you have made the suggestion about having a more blank slate with maybe some Friendship Village logos on it. So we're working on that. Lee's ordering that for us. So we think we have a great agenda today. There's a lot of topics. I think culinary is a huge piece of our puzzle around here these days. The TV, fiber, and the transition that's occurring in the month of September for those couple of things. Betsy's gonna give us a rundown on what's happening in charitable giving, and then Jeannie's here to talk a little bit about what's happening with Active Aging Week, and so on and so on. So we hope you enjoy the show.
Hi everyone. So we've hit another pretty big milestone since we talked last, which is the completion of the new Muirfield room on the second floor. We just turned it over on the 15th of September. So putting some final touches on, getting some furniture in there, and then getting it ready for your use. But we'll take you through a few pictures of what it looks like and what you can expect when you're in there next. This picture is of the main room looking at the new stage and fireplace and projector screen. So this will be kind of the large conference room. This next picture is of the side of the conference room, which also there's a foldable partition, which can be make the room broken out into multiple smaller rooms, or as you see it now, it's open, so it would be part of one large conference room. And this next picture is the new boardroom. So this is looking out onto the balcony over the visitors parking. And behind me in this photo is the other side of the fireplace that we were looking at earlier. Other construction updates, we are continuing along in the fitness center and spa and salon, continuing on track right now. So you are looking at a picture of the new fitness center right now. We have metal framing up for the new walls. You'll see kind of some of these openings are for large double doors that will go into the area we're looking at, which will have the new fitness equipment. This next picture is of the new salon on the second floor. We're looking at the private spa rooms in the back, and on the left-hand side, the wall of this picture, the wall that we're looking at, will have the new spa area. Our other major activity over the past month has been continuing on with the Meadows, or what we refer to on the construction team as the 2.2 renovation. So when we talked last, we were kind of just beginning with demo, starting to get into the building. Right now we are pretty well demoed in that whole building. So there's a few pictures of demo. We had to take out some of the steel beams that go across the top of the doors to adjust them up to give ourselves room for the new doors that are going in there. So that's the picture that you're looking at right now, some temporary shoring of this doorway into the resident room. This next picture is of the typical resident room, the current state that it's in. So as you can see, kind of everything's stripped away. We've demoed the ceiling, all of the flooring is stripped away. What you're looking at used to be the bathroom. So you see a bunch of pipes in there for the plumbing, and we are, now that we have everything exposed, we're getting to that point where we're going to kind of start to put it back together. And so we're continuing right on schedule on 2.2 right now, and it should look pretty different when we have pictures for you next month.
I'd like to take this time to introduce to you Gabe McKeever. He will be scheduling appointments with you and entering your apartments to tag and enter the assets in your apartments, such as your appliances, your refrigerator, your stove, and your microwave. This will allow us, when it comes to preventative maintenance time, to make sure that we have the correct filters in stock, and this will make the process of the preventative maintenance go smoother. And beginning September 1st, security rolled back under plant operations. So if you have any questions, you can reach me on my cell phone at 419-512-8418, or you can email me at angelam@fvdublin.org. And I would like to thank all of you for being patient with maintenance at this time. We are down 2 staff members. We are in the process of hiring. We are doing interviews and trying to get the process down so we can get staff in here. I would like to thank you for your patience. I know that you've been waiting a while on some things, but we are prioritizing by emergencies and working in the preventative maintenance, and I just want to thank you.
Good afternoon. We are excited to bring a lot of great information to you today. In fact, we've got a lot of great things that are taking place in the sales and marketing department, and we are going to kick off with probably the biggest news of all. We have got a lot of moves that are taking place between now and the end of October. But first, a lot of the events that we have been doing have been producing some good movement, good activity with our prospects. And in fact, we have 8 current holds that are on apartments right now. So that is some amazing news, up from last month, of course. In addition to those 8 holds that we have, we've got the 5 additional moves that are taking place between now and the end of October. In addition to that, we are now scheduling November and December, so there's a lot more to come. And that's all because of the activity that has been increased. We've been seeing a lot of virtual appointments as well as in-face appointments as well. That has been creating this excitement and the move-ins that are taking place.
To support all those sales, we're doing some great sales events. So the team has done a couple of Zoom events this week that were with adult children. So we know that making a smooth transition to Friendship Village involves the entire family. So we've been using one of our current residents' children. She did a whole presentation to other people who are helping their parents transition, and we had really great couple of webinars this week talking about how to help the adult children talk to their parents about moving to Friendship Village, because we know that it really does help when everyone is on board and making that move. And then we're also doing some in-person prospect events next couple of weeks, which will really help bring people to, see everything that Friendship Village has to offer. The other thing you may have noticed the last 2 weeks is that there's been a videographer on campus. You may have seen him on his hoverboard, taking some wonderful video of our walking paths and all of our outdoor recreation area. And I have to say a big thank you to everyone who helped during my video sessions of all of the activities that we have to offer outside. And hopefully in the next month or so, you'll be able to see those videos coming to fruition. So we're very excited about some of the new marketing materials we'll have from that videography session. So then October, we're going to see a lot of changes in October, and Kevin's going to cover that.
October is referral month. And one of the things that I've noticed in the past few months since Lee and I have joined in June is that almost every single person that I've been talking to from a prospect standpoint knows somebody here at Friendship Village. And so Lee and I started talking back and forth, and we were like, how can we take advantage of this? I know we've got the fan club of friends as neighbors, and that's something that we've had for quite some time. We want to invest in that even more, and how we invest in that is getting you, the residents, involved. And so what we decided to do is we're going to host a call-a-thon that's taking place on October 22nd. There's more information that's going to be hitting your baskets very soon. Lee's working on a flyer that you guys are going to see that's going to hit your baskets. It's going to give all the information. But between now and then, what we need you to do is to begin thinking about the friends that you want to become your neighbors here at Friendship Village, and begin creating that list, because those are the people that we're going to call at this call-a-thon. Every single person that completes an appointment, your referrals that complete an appointment with us are going to be entered into a drawing that we're going to be pulling some Amazon gift cards. They're going to be perfect for the holiday season as that approaches. You are our very, very best salespeople. I can't say that enough. We've got our sales team, but you are the people that make Friendship Village. And we hear from the residents all the time that the people are what makes the difference. And when our prospects, they're coming here for the people that makes the difference. That's you as our salespeople and the very best salespeople. In that refer a friend, you get $1,000 when they move in, and they get $1,000 as well. And that's huge in itself. But again, it's you investing the time, you giving us those referrals. We've got some exciting things that are taking place in October with that call-a-thon. You're going to hear more about that in the coming weeks.
And we have one more exciting thing that came right into my email box last night that I wanted to let you know about, was that if you know anything about the Dispatch, they have the Dispatch C-Bus top picks, and this is a voted on top places around Columbus. And right now, Friendship Village of Dublin is one of the top 5 picks for best 55 plus active community and best senior community. And so voting for the #1 spot begins on October 9th. And so we'll be putting out information about how you guys can vote and get us to be #1 this year for the top C-Bus picks for those 2 categories. So look out for more information about voting, and we'll send out some reminders to get everybody to vote for us so that we can win that award this year. So thank you very much.
Hello, all you awesome residents. Jeannie Joseph here, all fired up to share the final lineup for Active Aging Week. Active Aging Week is going to start this coming Monday. Our theme is Ohio, the Heart of It All. And again, it starts this Monday, September 28th through Friday, October 2nd. On Monday, we have a big lineup for you. We're going to be in Columbus, Ohio, starting with a pre-kickoff at 8:30 in the morning. So our wonderful leadership team will be delivering coffee and donuts to your room to help you get all fired up for our 10 o'clock kickoff. That will be a virtual kickoff shown on channel 51, and we will be celebrating the OSU Buckeyes with a couple of guests, special guests actually. At 12 o'clock, we have a tailgate lunch provided by our culinary staff that'll be delivered to your room, and we will have highlights from an OSU game. At 1 o'clock, we have a presenter, Dan Sullivan, Executive Director of the Memorial Tournament, that will be here to talk about the tournament itself and Muirfield. And at 3 o'clock, we have the Columbus Zoo that will be visiting, bringing some of their friends. And at 7 o'clock, we will have our own FVD picnic at the Pops at our outdoor recreation area. So as we go through the slides, you'll see I have either the main entrance or I have a first choice, which would be to be outside. Our second choice will be virtual. So you will need to keep your fingers crossed and say a prayer for the week that we're able to get outside so we can all be together. On Tuesday, we'll be in Cleveland, Tuesday, September 29th. And we're kicking that off at 9 o'clock with Andy Howland's Botanical Garden Walking Tour. And we'll be meeting at the main entrance for that. At 10 o'clock, we'll be visiting the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with karaoke and a special guest. We're hoping to have that outside the main entrance as well, or second choice will be virtual. At 1 o'clock, we have the Open Art Studio with Ann Vega. They are working on a Cleveland Museum of Art project. At 3:30, we'll have our Great Lakes Brewery beer tasting with Tim Klunk on the Legacy patio. At 7 o'clock, there's a TED Talk on the Cleveland Clinic. On Wednesday, we'll be in Cincinnati, Wednesday, September 30th. Starting at 10 o'clock, we'll be at the Great American Ballpark, having the Cincinnati Reds versus the Cleveland Indians. We're asking you to sign up. We have teams. We're going to play out in the main entrance parking lot, wiffle ball. So that's going to be lots of fun. See Jill or Mikey if you're interested in being on a team. Lunch, Culinary will deliver lunch in your room. We're having Cincinnati chili and conies. At 2 o'clock, we're going to board the riverboat, Cincinnati Riverboat, and have gambling. And again, that's outside our main entrance. We will be serving Grater's ice cream during that event. At 4 and 7 o'clock p.m., we will be showing a documentary on the Underground Railroad. On Thursday, October 1st, we'll be celebrating the islands of Lake Erie. From 11 o'clock to 2 p.m., our parking lot will be filled with Put-in-Bay Antique for a Put-in-Bay Antique Car Show. We'll have 30 antique cars here, sponsored by the Arthritis Foundation. So that's going to be lots of fun. 2 o'clock, George Barlow will be doing a presentation on the glacial grooves of Kelleys Island, titled Glacial Grooves, Ice Age Legacies in Ohio, and that will be shown on Channel 51. At 3:30, Tim Klunk again will be sponsoring an Ohio wine tasting on the Legacy patio. And at 5 o'clock, we're going to have a Lake Erie fish fry, sponsored by our great culinary team. So we're hoping to hold that outside as well. And on Friday, our last day of Active Aging Week, we'll be celebrating Amish Country. From 9:30 to 12:30, we will be offering Amish buggy rides by Mel. And Mel will be out in the main entrance parking lot taking you for a ride down to the bistro and back. At 10 o'clock, we will be having trades and food of the Amish. So we have several things lined up for you again in the main entrance parking lot. At 1 o'clock, we have a presentation by Rosemary Anderson, who is with the Plain City Historical Society. And at 2:30, we'll do our annual talent show, and that again will be virtual in the Muirfield room. I want to remind you, we will be delivering to your rooms our little punch cards that we do annually, and it'll have a list of all the events that we're offering throughout the week with a little lanyard attached. So wear your punch cards, and we will stamp those for events that you attend during the week for a drawing at the end of Active Aging Week. I have a couple of other announcements for you. In celebration of our Active Aging theme, The Heart of It All, Resident Council is once again sponsoring a food drive for the Dublin Food Pantry. So they have a hefty goal this year of 500 pounds of food. We will have boxes again set outside the main entrance for you to put your food in those boxes. So we're hoping that you'll open your hearts during Active Aging Week and help those less fortunate in the Dublin area. The food drive will be going starting Monday, September 28th, the same day as Active Aging Week, and will be going through Friday, October 9th. And lastly, we want to say a special thank you to the ladies listed here on the slide for helping stuff the bags for our top workplace event. That was for associates and residents, where you got your mask, your no-touch tool, and your new name badge. So thank you, ladies, for all of your help. Thank you for being with us today, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.
Hello, Friendship Village of Dublin. My name's Seth White. I'm the Associate Executive Director here at Friendship Village, and it's my pleasure to give you an update on a couple of items. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about our housekeeping and give you all an update on our housekeeping operations across our campus. So, happy to report we closed out our August deep clean month. We completed approximately 240 deep cleans in the month of August. So it was a really busy month of August for our team, but we are glad we're moving on to September and resuming our normal operations. So as of Monday, 8/31, we started our normal bi-weekly cleaning schedule. So as of last Friday, all main campus IL apartments should have received their first bi-weekly clean. So what that means is here on out, we are business as usual, back up and running for our bi-weekly cleaning schedule for our independent living apartments. It is my pleasure I get to announce an ESS leadership update. So William Stone, who has been our evening floor tech since he was hired on February 26th of 2019, has been promoted, well-deserved promotion, to an ESS supervisor. So William will be transitioning and taking over the roles previously held by Brian Garabrandt. So that includes our trash and recycling programs, our floor care programs, our setups for special events, carpets, windows, all those a la carte services we offer to our independent living apartments. William will be overseeing as of the beginning of September. So I think if you've ran into William in the evenings when he was our floor tech, I'm sure you had a positive experience, because we really have we identified him as a high performer early on in his tenure, and I think this aligns greatly with what we want to do with the department. So if you see William, congratulate him, and I personally thank him for the work he's done in our department. I'm excited to work with him closer in his supervisor management role for our ESS team. So William can be reached at 614-734-2127 or extension 127. So again, please help me in congratulating William on his promotion. And we are working actively to fill that floor tech position that he vacated when he got promoted. So congratulations, William. Brian Garabrandt, who has been with Friendship Village of Dublin, I believe, 22 years now, will be transitioning to a ESS supervisory role over our licensed care areas in our laundry program. So Brian has extreme knowledge, obviously, of Friendship Village of Dublin with his tenure here, but he also has a lot of experience over our licensed care areas and our regulations we must abide by in our health center and Waterford. So congratulations, Brian, as well. The next item I want to discuss is a technology initiative that we've been working on, and you should start to see here, hopefully in the couple weeks, come to fruition. So we are using our technology partner Status Solutions to implement 3 iPads in 3 vestibules on our IL campus side. So what these iPads are called are the Eyes of Sarah. So our nurse call system and server is called the Sarah server and Sarah system. These iPads connect directly into that server. Our nurse call server, our alert devices, and it really just allows us a lot of flexibility to our operations. So how these iPads will work. Building out the Eyes of Sarah, Status Solutions not only connects it to our Sarah server, but they also connect it to the bridge to our doors. So what that allows us is our security team carries iPhone 7s, which are called e-messenger phones, and they will be able to directly communicate and visually see what's going on in those vestibules and unlock and lock those doors remotely. So this is beneficial for several reasons. Most certainly is the flexibility it offers our residents. So if it's after hours, off hours, weekends, and you're trying to get into one of these vestibules, instead of someone coming from the other side of campus and taking 20 minutes, you can press a button, be able to communicate, and visually, our team will be able to visually see who's in that vestibule, talk with them, and then buzz them in from the other side of the campus instead of waiting 20 minutes to walk over, press the button in person to open that door. So where are these 3 iPads being installed? So we're going to install one in the Brandywine entrance, the main clubhouse entrance, and our Ash Run Bistro entrance. When will they be fully functional and installed? So I actually just got off the phone with Status Solutions about an hour ago. They are hopeful to have this fully functional by the end of September. We will keep you guys updated via our weekly memos when we are fully functional and going live, so we can start to use the iPads. I did want to put a visual of how these iPads will work along with our eMessenger iPhones. So we currently have this technology in our Meadows and our Waterford entrances, and we've seen the good results and the efficiencies it's afforded us operationally. So what I did was take some snapshots here of kind of how it looks and what you can expect to see when these iPads get turned on. So the first picture here shows you the visual of the iPad that's in the vestibule. We want to focus in on the after hours access button, which is the blue button with the phone on it. So if the door is locked, you can press that button. You press that button, it sends an alert through our Sarah server to our eMessenger phones that security carries 24/7. After you press that button, you will see that little notification that says message has been sent to the staff. A team member will be there to assist you. And then the next picture over, you'll see a picture of our eMessenger iPhones, and that's what the actual alert will look like when it comes over our security eMessenger phones. So it's going to say someone's at the main entrance, clubhouse entrance, so they'll know that they can click on that alert, swipe over, and that'll give them the options to view the cameras and communicate directly through the iPad. So I took a nice picture, and our friendly security officer, Steve, was a great assistant of mine to help me get some pictures here. So he volunteered to be a visual there of what it looks like when we can lay eyes on who's in the vestibule. So like I mentioned, we'll be able to look at a live feed of who's in that vestibule, talk to who's in that vestibule, and then the next picture over with the iPhone again shows you the options we have from remotely. So we can open the door, close the door, and each door will be built out by its location. So open the door, we check, make sure everything's good. It's Seth at the door. We know Seth's okay to let into Friendship Village most days, hopefully, yes. So we press, hey Seth, welcome to Friendship Village. Press the button, the door opens, and then we can come in. So the last slide there, the last picture, is just showing you kind of the sequence through the eMessenger phone. To confirm that you've opened the door, we have to confirm that we've closed the door, and then the last step is you have to clear out the alert. So that alert stays active until those chain of events have been followed, the alert's been cleared, and that closes out the chain of events for our Eyes of Sarah. So we're excited about this technology, and we are going to roll out with these three, and should they be well received and well utilized, I'm sure we will be looking for other opportunities on campus to implement this technology to allow for more access and to create more efficiencies operationally. And that is all I have for today. Thank you and have a great day.
Hello everybody, my name is Jay Dorsey. I'm the Food and Beverage Operations Manager. I wanted to update you on a few things for this month. We've taken some positive steps in our menu rollout. Hopefully you've been able to look at it and get a good view of it. We're trying to incorporate everything into a newer type menu so that all the decisions can be made from one piece of paper. That has gone out this past week, and we hope to continue that format. Should you have any questions or any kind of concerns, please feel free to email the COVID group or contact us at extension 162, and we will call you back to discuss any issues you might be having from the menu. So we're looking forward to getting a really a one-stop shop for you to get all your items and all your questions answered. So let us know how we can improve that. Also, we've been doing a great job in adding to our staff. We have a lot of new culinary staff. We've really upticked our culinary approach. We have a new server down in the River's Edge Cafe. We have quite a few new servers in the Legacy, the River's Edge, or the Riverwalk. We have a few new servers. So hopefully you get a chance when you're walking by to say hello. We have quite a few new cooks in the back. We've really been building up our team during this time. So we're really looking forward to getting back into a true the way we used to serve in the dining room. So we're looking forward to that. One of the big things that Dining Services has coming up in the next couple of months, or in the next month or so, is we're going to start to go into construction in the main kitchen. That might cause a little hiccup here and there. We're working through these little problems right now so that we can be prepared for what that holds. The next thing I'd like to talk about is we've worked with a group of residents, and we've called them the Food Focus Group. I want to personally thank each and every one of the members of this group for all their help through this process. We started out at one spot during, way back in March, and where we are today, we couldn't have done it without the help and the transition of all of those members of that group. So they we're very appreciative for their support and all the work that they've done to help us through this time period. One thing we want to do today is we want to take a look at the obstacles that we're facing with our upcoming construction. We're going to take you on a little tour of the department. We're going to break it into a few little, we have a lot of walking to do, so I have to keep my mask on. So I'm sorry if it gets a little muffled on the sound, but hopefully you can hear me. One thing we'd like to start out with saying is that this is our dining room that we're so anxious waiting your arrival back. We've made a lot of changes since you've been gone. I'm going to take you on a tour of the kitchen. We're going to have the renovated kitchen, then we're going to look at the old kitchen, and then we're going to look at the new space we're moving into. Through this process of construction, it poses a lot of obstacles. The good thing is we have room delivery, which alleviates some of the day-to-day operations delays that you would see under normal times. So there's some kind of good light at the end of the tunnel here. So with that being said, we're going to take a walk into the kitchen, and we'll see you inside. Hello again, everybody. We're back in the main kitchen. We want to give you an overview of the project that we're working on. This is only a partial of the project. Before we get started, I want to remind or introduce you to two people that you've seen, Anna, Lulu.
Hi, friends. We miss you.
They're all looking forward to your arrival back here in the kitchen, in the dining room. So what we're going to do over it's going to take about 3, maybe 4 months. You know how construction goes, it kind of runs into some unknown, things that just happen during construction. So what I want to do is I want to draw your attention over here. So this area right here is going to turn into an area where we're going to put some ovens, all right? We have it up to code. We have everything being worked out. We had to add some additional electricity. It's a great undertaking. So in the next segment, I'll show you where the ovens are now, and then we'll transition up to here. So our space is kind of being cut almost in half. This is generally known as the server galley area, where they gather and they do all their, they get their drinks, they get the ice cream, and we do our dishes at a small scale here. So the ovens will go there, and if you look down the line, that's where all the buffet cooking is now. When we do to order, when we do our steaks and hamburgers and stuff like that. And this is also where we're preparing the meals for delivery. So this will remain the same, but this whole area where the server galley area is changing into the part of the production area. Now we're making our movement into what is classed as the old main kitchen. This area, as you can see, serves as our loading dock. Every day we get a delivery from Cisco or from one of our food providers, and then every day we get about $2,000 to $3,000 worth of goods delivered, and we do stock it along the hallway, which causes some congestion over here. And with the introduction of the new kitchen, we're gonna go in the old kitchen and show you just what we're working with currently, and then what we're gonna move into in the future. We have a wonderful surprise that have joined us. We have our senior executive chef, Aaron Whittington. You wanna say hello?
Hello. Welcome to the kitchen, the old kitchen.
Yeah, we're really excited to what's gonna happen here. If you look right now, if you look around, it looks congested because it is congested. There's about 3 or 4 cooks in here at a given time that are taking part in daily production. So with this production, we're gonna completely take away this kitchen. Our walk-in refrigerator and freezer here is going to be eliminated. Probably about October 13th is what we're looking. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a temporary refrigerator and freezer out on the loading dock. Once all this is going to be taken down, it's going to be rebuilt. It's going to take, like I said earlier, about 3 to 4 months to renovate the whole thing. We're excited to show you that, but we still got about 3 or 4 months to wait before we go there. So these are the ovens we currently live with, and then we're going to move, as I mentioned earlier, to the electric ones out there under the in the front part of the kitchen. So again, we lose our storage area in the back. We lose all of this area, all this stuff, and then we move into a larger area outside, or on the other, or temporary area on the other side, which I will show you in the next segment. Welcome back, everybody. We're in a new space. We're in what's going to be soon to be called the dishwasher/server area. If you recall from one of the previous, this is where the other side of the wall from where the ovens will be. This wall will be taken back a little bit, and the servers area will shift into here, which is behind you and around the side here. And this will be our dishwashing area. And we're going to put over in this area right here, we're going to work on having our 3-compartment sink. Now, some of those don't sound like very important stuff, but for code's sake and all the safety and sanitation, it becomes one of the very important spaces to make sure we don't cross-contaminate any products and to make sure our workflow is proper. So some of the production is going to come back over here a little bit. We have a room in the back here that we're going to take a quick peek in. And mind you, we've been working under all the conditions of moving from room to room during the construction. So it's not as tidy back here. It is a construction area, so we are keeping it, you know, the construction company has control of it right now. So we got to we're in here, you know, against the not against anybody, but against the, just it's construction owned. So we're going to take a peek in this room. And in this room, it's cool. It's a great room because it gives us a little space to store some product, and it also is a clean room that, well, when it comes back to normal, it'll be a very clean room. So we'll do some production in here so we can keep it away from the regular production or the regular sanitation. So a lot of our production will move into here, and we'll have a clear path to the front. So we're really looking forward to this. There's a lot that we need to do. We need to make sure that we're serving everything according to code and regulation. And then at the end, you know, we're going to have a great product. So it's going to be about a 3 to 4 month project that we're just going to have to work through these little bumps and ripples. One off the top is that, you know, generally this room is designed as a storeroom. So some of the electrical limitations. One point I want to point out is that the kitchen is, you know, it's on the other side of this wall. So in order for us to make, right now we probably walk about maybe 50 to 75 steps to the walk-in. When we move to the temporary kitchen over here, we have to go down this hallway, all the way around out there, go through the storeroom, and it's about, you know, 560 steps to the walk-in and the refrigerator. So that's going to change, that's just a small piece of the puzzle that kind of tags into the whole picture. So during this time, there's going to be a lot of adjustments and stuff that we're going to have to adjust to. So we look for patience, and, you know, we'll keep you in the know as much as we can during the process. Here we are inside our newly renovated storeroom. This storeroom has come to us probably about 2 months ago. It was something we're very excited to get. It used to be formerly the maintenance shop, and we did the whole project over, and we put some FRP on the wall. We put the cages up. Now we use this as our storeroom for all the products that we have in the culinary department. I'm going to let you take a look around. Again, it's probably about a month old. We've been working very hard to get all our products in here. This is just a small area that we have that allows us to put all our products into place. We store our soft drinks, we store all our chips and all our canned goods in here. So take a minute, take a look around. Again, it opens up to a bigger space back here. A lot of the paper products you see are only temporary due to the fact that we're in the delivery mode, so we have an extensive amount of paper, which causes us to run a little heavier. So under normal circumstances, this area would be better maintained because we're moving so much paper products, and then just some of the stuff doesn't fit on the shelves. So again, this is our storeroom, and take a look around. So now we've moved outside. We've done some major changeovers here. We've taken the awning off in preparation for we're getting our refrigerator and freezer placed on the back loading dock. That should come about October 9th. If you're in this back area and you should happen to see it, it's going to be similar to a pod, and we're going to hook them up to the electricity of the building, and we're going to leave them on site for about 90 to 120 days. If you look around, this is where all our deliveries come in, and they used to set them under the awning. And with the awning being gone, we had to install a temporary tent. The tent will stay in place. We have a lot of construction coming up. We're doing some digging over here on this side. This will, around the time of the refrigerator and freezer coming on site, we're going to be digging this up for some underground work that needs to be completed as part of the project. So there are a lot of obstacles that we're facing, and this is generally where during the coronavirus, the drivers are only allowed to drop their products off here. They're not allowed to enter the building. So all of our deliveries have to get dropped off, and then one of our staff members have to come out and take it into the building. So this is there's a lot happening back here, even though it's looks just like a back loading dock, and then with the airplanes passing by, sorry for the background noise, but there's a lot happening back here. This is where we take the trash to the dumpster, which is probably, you know, a good bit on the other side of the facility. So there's a lot of traffic through this one door day in and day out. I want to thank you for allowing us to serve you, and looking forward to serving you in the future. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Betsy Gillespie, the Charitable Giving Director here at Friendship Village of Dublin, and excited to join you this month to give a little update on what we've been doing in our department recently. I talked last time about our Associate Emergency Assistance Fund. We were so grateful to our Charitable Giving Committee and to the Spiritual Care Committee who worked together to set up that fund back in the spring. And at that time we recognized that some of our associates were experiencing some challenges associated with the realities of COVID-19 and the pandemic, and we wanted to help address those. And so I just wanted to let you know that since that time, we've been able to award 10 grants to associates totaling $4,200. And so we're just very, very grateful to those committees and to the residents and associates who have stepped up to give in support of that initiative. I also wanted to talk today about a few really easy, fun ways to support our charitable giving program. There are a few things that are always going on in the background. Folks might not even know that they're an opportunity, but they're really easy ways to give. So the first one uses your Kroger Plus card. So if any of you like to go Krogering, and you can even link it with your curbside pickup or with your delivery, but we are a part of the Kroger Community Rewards program. So if you belong to Kroger and have a Kroger Rewards card, you can link that card to the Friendship Village of Dublin nonprofit account, and then every time you check out at Kroger, we will get credit for that, and ultimately we get quarterly donations from that program. Another very similar program is the Amazon Smile program. So this is new to us here at Friendship Village of Dublin, but noticing how many folks are doing more and more ordering through Amazon, especially now, we thought it would be a great time to get involved. And so we have signed up for Amazon Smile, and for eligible purchases, we get up to 0.5% of that purchase in charitable giving that Amazon then awards to us. So again, no cost to you. That's just Amazon's corporate giving program, but we access it through the Amazon Smile program, which our donors and supporters can sign up for. Another program I want to talk to you about is our Charitable Giving Greeting Card program. And some of us are very active supporters of that, and some folks probably don't even know about it. But this is a program where you can make a $50 donation to any of our charitable funds, and you will receive 24 small greeting cards that you can use to commemorate birthdays or anniversaries or other special thank you moments, and let someone know that you made a contribution to one of the Friendship Village of Dublin charitable funds in their honor. And finally today, I want to talk to you about a partnership that we have through Volunteers of America. We have worked with them for many, many years to accept vehicle donations. So if you're at a time of your life where maybe you are downsizing from 2 vehicles to 1 vehicle, or deciding to not have your vehicle anymore, or maybe you're just buying a new vehicle but don't necessarily want to trade in, you can donate your vehicle to Friendship Village of Dublin through this connection with Volunteers of America. And I will tell you, I've done this with 3 different residents since I started working here last year, and it's resulted in several $1,000s in revenue for Friendship Village of Dublin for the charitable giving program. You can designate whichever of our charitable funds you want that money to go towards, and Volunteers of America helps to make it very, very easy. So I have a process that I can share with you to do that, but I will tell you they make it very easy, even so far as coming here to pick up your vehicle and taking it off away. So that's a really great program and has resulted in quite a bit of help for our charitable funds as well. So that's all for this month, just a few little tidbits for you. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.
Hello, this is yours, what is seemingly monthly update on television and fiber. I guess let me set the stage to start with on where we left off last month, which I believe with me telling you everything was on schedule. I believe it stayed on schedule up until about 10 days ago with the fiber. So the fiber is a little bit behind schedule in the sense that we did have to, for everyone in the Brandywine, the Ash Run, and the Ash Run North, your televisions, as you know, as you watch this, were cut over on Friday, September the 11th. As you saw in Rita's communication last week, we scanned approximately 600 televisions that day. Thank you to the handful of you that were able to scan your own. That was just that many less that we did not have to scan that day. Also should say that the villas were included in that as well. At this point, we are now going around and cutting over everyone to the fiber. So we're aware that there are a handful of channels that might not be coming in on your particular television or in your particular room. So we are working on those on a case-by-case basis. As I'm recording this, they're currently on the Brandywine side. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, we'll be throughout the rest of the building. We're hoping to do that over the next couple of weeks. And then we'll have everybody scanned. So there's going to be a couple of options after the fiber and then the rescanning if your television still does not pick up all the signals. We have the boxes, a new box, which that's really the only way to get all the channels if after the fiber is installed you don't get all the channels. We're currently aware, as I'm recording this, that channel 41, which is the outdoor channel, and channel 86, which is Turner Classic, are not coming in appropriately. They're coming in, one of them I believe is a frozen CNN picture, and I guess I'm not sure what the other one is at this point because I haven't looked yet this morning. But those are in the hands of Senior TV and DirecTV. We were assured a couple different times last week that it was not anything we could do on our end. We are continuing to call and email them to make sure, especially channel 86, we understand is a highly watched channel for a lot of you. So we want to make sure that comes in and understand that is in our channel lineup and will remain in our channel lineup. So those things we are aware of. In terms of the rest of the building, some of you might be watching this from the Riverstone or the Flats. We have extended with your current provider for another month. So we will be making your change at some point during the month of October. We had 2 representatives from our flats who are helping us test our TiVo product and our mini TiVo product because we know some of you in our flats, and in particular Flats and Riverstone, have multiple room DVR currently in the system you have. So we're testing that product so that will hopefully be able to be deployed as we roll out Senior TV to that part of our campus during the month of October. And then lastly, TiVos. So let's talk about those of you that order TiVos. We've intentionally not rolled those out at this point, primarily because we're trying to get all the signal and channel issues resolved before we roll out any TiVos. TiVos would also be the receiver that could help you get missing channels. So if need be, if the fiber doesn't work, I talked about several options. If the fiber doesn't work, if you ordered a TiVo, that would be option number 2. And if you did not order a TiVo, we have these other boxes called a Technicolor box, which will be item number 3. We are pretty confident, 99.9% confident one of those 3 would work. There are some older televisions out here, just like if you were here 5.5 years ago and we did retirement home TV, some of the older TVs will not get the newer signals for all of the channels. So I'm hopeful we don't have that any longer, but that is unfortunately a possibility if you do have, in particular, a smaller, older television in a back bedroom or den or kitchen possibly. Usually the main TVs are fine, and we found that most all of them are fine as we've scanned them here in the last couple of weeks. So that is all. Certainly continue to submit to COVID. We are following all of those in COVID. We're not replying to you individually, but I've had some questions. Well, how do I know you've got? Trust me, we are getting all of your COVID emails. We're also getting your calls to the front desk or your submissions through WorksHub. You're all on the list. Do not worry about that. We're going to get around to each room, and then we'll probably do some kind of a wrap up in a week or 10 days when we get all this fiber installed. Again, just to basically put out an alert. If everything's not working now, please comment one more time, and we'll hopefully get everything wrapped up and then move on to Riverstone and the Flats. So thank you for your patience as we continue to work through this for the next couple of weeks in the main building, and then over to Riverstone and the Flats during will ultimately be probably the middle of October as we roll senior TV out to those two areas on the campus. Thank you.
Well, hello. Thanks for having me for this month's town hall. I'm Jessica Reeker. I'm the Health Services Administrator for the Health Center and the Waterford Place on our campus. And I'm going to start with sharing some exciting news. The team celebrated some new partners joining and the marriage of Angela, formerly known as Fagan, and now Maloney, our Director of Nursing. She was married on September 6th. And took a nice honeymoon in his back. We also have a new Angie on our team, Angela Rose, who joined on the 14th of September in the capacity of our new Assistant Director of Nursing. And so she's an RN, and she joins us from the Mount Carmel Health System. Also, Priscilla Perez, who replaced Jane Leister, our longtime licensed social worker in the health center. Priscilla joined us in mid-August and was able to cross over and learn all the great workings and teachings from Jane Leister before her retirement on September 11th. Priscilla also joins the team with experience from the long-term care industry. Lastly, Vicki Travis joined the Waterford Place team as our new LPN care coordinator. And her focus is largely on quality of care and support services, and she'll be doing the assessment schedule for our resident population in that building. So help me in celebrating. If you see a new face, it's likely one of those individuals, and we're so glad they've joined the team. My next update, the slide you'll see, is a testing update. And unfortunately, testing has only become more complicated and more frequent in our health center, and now what we're hearing in our assisted living regulations. And so in our health center, we are testing currently on a weekly frequency. All 80 of our associates and our contract associates, including the physicians, the therapists, disciplines such as the podiatrist and the audiologist, the dentist, the optometrist, the hospice and the home care folks that come and serve our population, all are required to have an updated weekly COVID-19 test. And this is all determined on the basis of Franklin County's positivity rate, which today, and the last update that I'll mention from today was the 18th of September. Our positivity rate is at 5.2%. Anything between 5% and 10% requires a weekly frequency of testing. So it looks to be that we will have another week, probably 2 or 3 weeks at that frequency. So our next testing period here is on the 23rd, Wednesday. Next, a little bit of an exciting update on our construction. So last month, we announced the exciting resumption of construction, Project 2.2, the long-awaited Meadows Building renovation to our new and beautiful health center. So we're building a wonderful Habitat for Healing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what that resumption will bring in terms of amenities to our new health center, slated to be completed within a 10-month working project. So we resumed on the 14th of August. I won't do the light math for you because we don't want to promise any dates. We know how construction schedules can be a little bit unpredictable, but if you add about 10 months, we should be welcoming new residents into our new health center building. And so you'll see with the slide entitled Out with the Old, In with the New, I've highlighted 5 exciting new areas that will see a considerable upgrade in amenity and offering for our new health center, and we're just so excited to welcome change. And so the first is the number of private room accommodations. This is a big ticket item, one that we hear from so many that come to the health center looking for a comfortable and confident place to heal. And of course, it's never desirable unless you're bringing a spouse or significant other with you to be in a semi-private accommodation with somebody that you're not accustomed to sharing small spaces with. So today in our health center, we have 36 total rooms, and 22 of those 36 rooms are private accommodations. We will have 43 total rooms in our newly renovated health center, and 36 of those 43 rooms will be private accommodations. Staying on the same subject of room accommodations and physical space, our current health center rooms average a square footage of about 180 square feet, and our new health center accommodations will average square footage of 405 square feet. So just an incredible difference in physical space to thrive in. Rehabilitative short stay dedicated space. So right now we are a 1-floor operation where we've got 3 long hallways that unfortunately converge into a shared living room and life enrichment programming space. We will move to the Meadows for those of you that have not been able to come over and traverse that building. It's comprised of 3 floors, of which the 2nd floor will be dedicated and designed and programmed to meet the short-term goals of a short stay resident, somebody who's recuperating, rehabilitating, really has a goal to address an issue and go home, return back to independent living, return back to assisted living or their external home in the community. Our 3rd floor will be dedicated, designed, and programmed to serve long-term care needs, those that are making a permanent position in the health center to thrive and live in a long-term care capacity. Our 1st floor will be programmed with therapy space, administrative space, and a nice large life enrichment programming space where we can have entertainers and programs coming in and out for both our health center and our assisted living. Resident rooms will include much more storage and kitchenettes. So something that we don't have any of in our current health center are kitchenette space. And when we met with some marketing groups and some focus groups, we heard that. We heard that it'd be nice to have a small refrigerator, a microwave, a space where we can make some of those simple pleasures we enjoy eating, especially when we're entertaining guests in the facility. So those will be inclusive of our new design, and we're really excited to welcome those. Lastly, and largely, bathrooms. In our current health center, when I joined the organization about 7 years ago, we had 5 full baths in the whole place. And in our new accommodations, after the renovation's complete, every room will be equipped with a full handicap accessible bathroom. Roll-in showers, sinks that have nice handicap accessible paddles, and a mirror that comes much lower with a sink that can be adaptable for somebody that may be using an assistive device like a wheelchair for mobility, something that our current operation also does not have, being that it was a 1981 design. So these are just a few of the exciting changes that we'll see with this renovation process, and I can't wait for them to come online and for us to entertain some open house opportunities for you all to come and celebrate with us. So I thank you, and next month I'll give you a nice update on how the project is coming along.
All right, so we hope you've enjoyed the presentation and you got some nuggets out of what's happening operationally here around Friendship Village. Today I get to talk to you a little bit about the resident files that we've been working on. So as we've communicated, Sherry Caesar, and Sherry Kimball have been working on updating PCC with all of the vital statistics forms. She may have or will contact you if there is information that is needed. And if she does contact you, we would appreciate it if you could help Sherry by filling out the appropriate forms that she needs. In addition to filling out the vital statistics, we have taken your advanced directives, if we have them on file, and scanned them into PCC as well. So we're getting close. We also kind of want to work through a couple other things, but we're making really great progress on that piece of the puzzle. So thank you so much to Sherry Caesar and Sherry Kimball and Corrine for their great work on that. I also think we owe a huge thank you to Jessica and her team in the health center. I don't know how she's holding all the balls in the air, but she's doing a really great job. So with regards to the testing, the information literally changes day by day. We're testing for assisted living, we're gonna test for the health center residents, we test, we get the results, the testing changes, the method of testing is changing, all for the better. So we're now getting better at it. We're having to have more access to testing, which will help if and when we have an outbreak so that we can try and contain that as quickly as possible. But it's very, very, very hard to keep up with all of the testing and the different departments, the Ohio Department of Health, the Assisted Living Foundation in Ohio, and all of the regulatory bodies that she's working with. So thank you to her, and also to our associates in the health center and the and assisted living Waterford, because they're having to come in on a weekly basis if they're not working to get tested. And that's hard when you work so hard during the week and you need a day off. So very appreciative for that. Thankfully, things are going well with testing. We'll continue to test. And I think as we go into the winter months, we're gonna test more and more. And I think eventually it will bleed over into our independent living settings and maybe even our visitors. So we're working through that internally and also with the Ohio Department of Health and in conjunction with a couple of other agencies to try and help to make sure that we're doing what we need to be doing. So thank you for that. And last but not least, I had a resident give me some pictures and I thought they were fun and I thought it would be a great town hall event for us today. So I want to review with you how to use your masks. While I do this, you're also going to see some of the visuals that Andrea is going to help put together. I have a little cheat sheet here. So the first one is the model citizen. And when we wear our masks, we wear them, if we're a model citizen, we wear them over our nose and our mouth. And it's also important that when we're walking down the hall or when we see somebody, we don't pull down our mask to talk to them because that defeats the purpose of it. Keep your mask on. We can hear you. You may have to talk a little slower, but we will be able to understand you. So this is the model citizen. It covers your nose, covers your chin. The next one that we have, not a model citizen, we call the scarf. Beautiful, right? It's not covering our nose, it's not covering our mouth. So we don't want to have this when we're wearing a mask. The next one is the peekaboo nose. I see this a lot with just covering the mouth, but not the nose. And as you know, the droplets can drop below the nose for that, so that's not a model citizen. And then my personal favorite, which I do all the time in my office when no one is around or walking out of this building, is the ear dangler. So this one is a very nice accessory for those of you who also enjoy it, but certainly doesn't help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Have you seen any of these recently, the sleeping mask? So I don't know if you've seen these, but it's pretty hard to see. Or what about the one that goes like this, that doesn't cover your nose or your mouth, but you can see? So those are not model citizens. And then the last one is the chin chin. So the one that we don't want is seeing the chin because the droplets can go out of your mask, down and out. So not encouraging either for being a model citizen. So we appreciate all of you being model citizens, covering your nose and your chin. And with that, We're very appreciative. We will take any questions or comments that you may have. Send them to COVID-19. We're learning this week how to use the Muirfield room and all the new technology, so hopefully next month we can have a little bit more interaction with our town hall. So thanks so much, and we appreciate all of you.